Hello everyone and welcome to episode 19 of the TW9 Road to Glory save here on the channel as we are at 25 shows. As far as it's kind of funny to say that because we're at Night of Sin 24, but obviously with the two Kumite shows, and as far as to have 25 of these sons of bitches, very, very awesome to have made it this far. As far as we are very, very close to Tiny, we're still just a little bit away. I think we probably won't get it this episode. It will probably be the next one to end out 2023, but who knows? This is going to be another double header, though, as far as we're going to knock out Night of Sin 24 and 25. As for Night of Sin 24, though, we do have a BMF title matchup, as Michelle Bernard will be looking to take out Scary Terry Roundtree, which should be a fun one. Michelle Bernard, right now, as far as to just say, he has a loss this year, and we're in October. He's been on a tear. He's had one draw, 3 wins, and for Michelle Bernard, with him, as far as he just beat Tobias Bastio. Oh, no, yeah, he's got 4 wins, actually, yeah. So, we forgot to update him as far as on the actual regular Sin City grappling matches, because obviously the Kumite bout, he did lose to Tobias Bastio in July, but he got that win back at least in a regular matchup. The Rob Edwards loss is still his only loss, technically, as far as, and that was obviously at a big-time independent wrestling show in Rhode Island, so that wasn't even a part of Sin City Grappling. So he's been looking really good. Been looking really good as far as his biggest win is probably that Tobias Bastille win. But can he get it done tonight against Scary Terry Roundtree? We shall see. As for Scary Terry, of course, he has made it to 9 0 losses, 1 draw. Again, as far as to just harken back to what he has done, of course, was, went very, very well for himself at, as far as to end out the year to become the Sin City Grappling BMF champ. And now he is 4-0 in this year, as far as in 2023. His only loss was at the first ever Kumite against Jules Knight. And obviously he's avenged that and won in a Sin City Grappling matchup. But man, he's beaten Walter Tagg, Rob Edwards, Rob Reynolds. Of course, he beat the rising Jacob Jackson as well. And this should be a hell of a fight, though, between him and Michelle Bernard. As far as the 5 wins of title matches, he's gotten as far as 4 other wins as well in the time limit draw as well. So he has just been on a tear, looking for that 10th victory, which would be very, very huge for him. He was obviously the first guy to ever reach 5 wins, and he might be the first guy to reach 10 wins. As far as, I think Walter Tagg got 7, so he's kind of close behind him. Jules Knight, it looked like might have had a chance, but he's lost a little bit here in this year. As then, I believe also, too, Blackwell Bush has got 3, so he's even close. Robert Edwards stopped at 5. So really, it's just the old big bad wolf here, Walter Tagg. He's been the second best as far as off of the most amount of wins. Michelle Bernard, though, he's got 6, so it is outdated here. I forgot to, let's see if maybe there is a 6-3 in 2. There might be. Perfect. Sometimes I have to make them. Luckily, this case, I don't. Perfect. So yeah, Michelle Bernard with 6 wins. Rob Reynolds, I believe, has 5 wins? He might not. Yeah, because he just lost to Nigel Stevenson, so we forgot to update that. Looks like we forgot to update going into this. As, so. Because, he lost to Michelle Bernard to see who was going to get this, or lost to Nigel Stevenson, rather. So Nigel's, is a shooter. Nigel Stevenson, he's been on a nice little run as well. He's on a little winning streak, too. So, as far as we are looking, pretty good going into Night of Sin 24. Alright, so it's going to look like it's like there's nothing ever happened or anything, but I did take a little break to edit everybody's record in the little stable page. So now everything's up to date, so that's nice. Most of the records were still pretty much the same. But yeah, Walter Tag with 8 wins, Scary Terry with 9. I believe Tobias Bastio has the third most with 6. Him and Nigel Stevenson, they both have the same records at 6-4-2. And of course, for tonight for Michel Bernard, as he has a big night tonight against Scary Terry Roundtree. I should have given people the night off that I didn't want to work, but that's okay. We just will make sure everybody's here. Sure, why not? Of course, we'll be at the Piper Casino. 151 people, which is actually not too bad for a weak economy and a very weak wrestling industry. At least the business is rising. Again, we're not going to do a booking team meeting. And Blackwell Bush, clearly not happy with Takuma Asakura. Yeah, as he is not happy about the morale officer trying to build some team efforts here. And yeah, again, trying to build up some morale, and it's just annoying everyone. Oh, at least Rob Edwards came back to us backstage with an idea of enhancing his character. Alright. We don't really have characters, so there's really nothing you could do. I guess we could just maybe have shoot a pre-tape or something. Let him cut his little promo if he wants to. Or his new look, potentially. Maybe that's it. But John Snyder's Buffalo Wrestler's Court accused of failing to pick up a share as a tab on the shared rental car. It's the judge. Miyamoto. That's surprising. That's Miyamoto. As he found him guilty and sentenced to pay the full cost of reimburses travel partners. And now, Takuma Asakura is Buffalo Wrestler's Court. He made a mess backstage, not cleaning it up and knowing everyone else. Way to go. The morale officers really fucking things up for everybody. And Miyamoto found him guilty and sentenced to clean up and then buy drinks for after the show. Again, some pre-show training drills for Kiyoshi Kawamura helping out Ray Cavallero, Sugar Amano, and Walter Tag, actually. And then Miyamoto left the locker room when he invented a silly game which quickly became quite popular. And then Goro Hanamoto fought Scary Terry after he caused some damage to his rental car. That, at least makes sense. Probably not the right guy to be trying to fight, but it is what it is. Let's inspire the boys, huh? Actually, we'll save the inspire for Night of Sin 25. I feel like they're kind of fired up a little bit with the backstage games and whatnot that was happening. So, as far as, of course, our main event, Michel Bernard, Scary Terry Roundtree, we'll just go ahead and add that now. And it will be another win for Scary Terry. That will be his 5th defense. He'll be almost at 365 days, of course, if he can make it to December. But we will find out who his next challenger will be in this Rob Edwards Jules Knight match, which we see Jules Knight get the win here in 8 minutes. It's a trilogy match between these two. Technically, the Kumite match probably shouldn't count, but it is what it is. I figured it's better to do this anyways. But, Rob Edwards beat him back in January, and that was the last time they had a sanctioned match against each other. But Jules Knight going to get the win there. And we're also going to see Walter Tag and Sugar Amano battling it out. With Sugar Amano, 5-1. In the Big Bad Wolf, though, jumping up to 9 wins with this win in that one. And then Miyamoto against Jacob Jackson, who is now going to be 2-2. Tough break for Jacob Jackson. He looked like he was going to be on the rise, but right now he's at 500. Even though he did great in Kumite, obviously winning the whole goddamn thing. His record is not going to reflect that, but he was a hell of a participant, obviously, in Kumite too, winning it all. But Miyamoto getting his 2nd win. And also, too, for Jacob Jackson and Miyamoto, this is actually 2 as well, because obviously we saw Jacob Jackson beat him. But yeah, we're going to fix that. Perfect. And then Tobias Bastio and Rob Reynolds. And Rob Reynolds is going to beat Tobias Bastio here, which will, in fact, lead to, as far as we're going to see Jules Knight, Rob Reynolds. I was a little ahead of myself. Whoever wins this matchup will take on the champion at the end of the year, being obviously Scary Terry Roundtree. So that would be the match to determine who's going to face the champion to end out the year. But I mean, yeah, I mean, this is a big night for sure. I guess we could swap that, even though Miyamoto's probably going to have the best performance of the night. Part of me wants to swap even Bastion and Reynolds to have that be the co-main with their records. Yeah, we're good to go though. But yeah, Rob Edwards. Where's the stored ideas? Stick as extremely risky as far as for his success of an idea. Here, we'll just do a pre-tape. As backstage, we'll do a video. Have it kind of be like showing off highlights, and then you cut to the promo. Hype. Rob Edwards. Character development. I'm assuming that's what we need to do. Because I'm not exactly sure. A new Rob Edwards? Question mark? Because again, is he bringing something new to the table? What exactly is this new character? Type of. Oh yeah, it's gotta be live. Oh, wait a minute, what? We already had it as live. Gotta be. And then we can't do a pre-tape. Yeah. So it looks like no video. Looks like it's just gonna be an angle backstage talking. So just great. Just great. But yeah, character development. Think that'll work. Did it work? Oh, from the roster screen. Okay. So I didn't even need to do all that, but yeah. Roster screen, creative idea. Nailed it. Alright. And it was a failure. Who would have guessed it? I'm sure he's annoyed, yeah. Irritated. Yeah, buddy. That was your call. Oh well. We'll see how it does. Maybe the promo will help him out. I mean, it was 43. Not too bad here. But 155 people, too, at the Piper Casino. It's a nice little show. And our opening contest, though, Miyamoto beating Jacob Jackson with the Miyamoto Special, which, of course, is the Minoru Special, the Northern Light Suplex into the armbar. And picking up the big motherfucker. I mean, Jacob Jackson's huge to be hitting that. Maybe he just went to the armbar instead of him having to do the full Northern Light Suplex on a guy that big. But it got off to a strong start. It was a 49, too, which is pretty solid for what we want. And it got the crowd hot and rising. Walter Tagg beating Sugar Amano in 5 minutes. I don't know why he won with a submission instead of knocking him out with a Mafia kick. But Walter Tagg doing pretty well for himself there. Segment rating of a 37, though, was pretty tough. The crowd just wasn't really into it. A 55, though. For Jules Knight, Rob Edwards is a scissored armbar for Jules Knight. So the Sandman doesn't put him to sleep with a rear naked choke, but rather gets the one with a scissored armbar. It's interesting. Yeah, Jules Knight 53-45 for Rob Edwards. That was a good match. So far, the best thing on the card, 50 for Tobias Bastion and Rob Reynolds is the Bulldog choke from Rob Reynolds in 6:56. And that will, of course, mean that our main event is a 53. Tough break for Michelle Bernard. I was hoping he'd have a good little performance, but Scary Terry with a 50 for his 5th successful defense of the Sin City Grappling BMF title. Who's going to stop Scary Terry? I mean, at this rate, he's got his 10th win. He is on a roll, but we'll find out who his next challenger will be at Night of Sin 25 now, with Jules Knight and Rob Reynolds battling it out, which, again, that's going to be a great matchup. I believe that is still the best match we've ever done in the save. As, we'll put... I'm trying to think who to put over. Honestly, probably put over Miyamoto. And, probably put over Jules Knight. That seems pretty fair to me. Yeah, we already put over Jules... we haven't put over Jules Knight in a minute. So that'll work. Perfect. Yeah, we've been putting over Miyamoto big time. Which he's deserved it. Yeah, again, I mean, we made about $700. Actually, almost $800. We're still paying a little bit for flying people in and whatnot. But we're only losing $800 now, which is very much what we're not used to doing. We're usually losing about $1,000. So that's great. And we increased our popularity by 1. So we are very, very close to get another roll, which we could definitely use. As, wow, I do love that mask on that, as far as the Japanese Phoenix. What a terrible name that is, though. But we made $300 last month. I think we're gonna make money here again because yeah, we're at 500 and we still haven't gotten half of our sponsors sponsorship money. So that's gonna be good. Another as far as successful month, we're gonna need those. The more the merrier for sure. Michelle Bernard is quite angry, so we will be giving him a month off. We'll probably give everybody a month off since NISN 25 is 33 days away. That did not really help Michelle Bernard at all, so that's great. Hopefully it doesn't leave. But yeah, on to Night of Sin 25, we go. Alrighty, so unfortunately, Miyamoto's contract, he wanted more money, which I tried to give him as least amount of money as I could as far as with the upgrade of like what he was wanting. It's still about $200 a show. That's a lot. that is a lot. And we probably I'm gonna see how it goes if we can still make some money because we're still in the green even though it's showing red because we're still in debt. We're still making money per month, but I don't know. That contract's a little crazy because we also have to pay for his travel too because he's still in Japan. So it's really man, it's just not. It's not good. It's not good at all. But we'll find out who will be facing Scary Terry at the end of the year for Night of Sin 26. As that'll probably be a one-show episode just because it's the end of the year. But again, we are very, very close to gaining size. I really hope we get it at the end of this show, but knowing us, we'll probably have to wait until the end of the year, which we'll get 2 rolls then, basically, since we'll be at the end of the year. Again, we're just gonna skip right through it as far as having people be off or not. 161. Again, we are just moving right along as far as size-wise now. Again, the booking team meeting, skip that. Oh, there we go, Jacob Jackson. As they've remarked at him, so they're starting to have an influence on them. So that's good. And John Snyder then almost fought Goro Hatamoto. So that's great. We might have them fight, since they about fought here before the show. And Warren Turksbury's got to create a finish. Unfortunately, we're not using Warren Turksbury, so we can't use that. Well, Rob Reynolds, we could try and use that. Create a finish, we'll see. And then Warren Turksbury was brought for the Wrestler's Court, moaning about stuff all the time being just a Debbie Downer, bumming everyone else out. As Miyamoto found him guilty and sentenced to shut up or cheer up by drinks after the show. Oh, and Blackwell Bush was also brought for Wrestler's Court. He was making a mess backstage and not cleaning up, annoying everyone else. Miyamoto found him guilty and sentenced by drinks after the show. And then some more training for some of the guys, beginning of the show, working on their basics and safety, as far as Cavallero, Sugamano, Walter Tag, Takuma, Hasakura, which is great. And now we'll inspire everybody. Hey, this is a big-time show. The 25th Night of Sin. Let's go out there and fucking kick ass. Hell yeah. So, with everybody being involved, Miyamoto and Sugamano, it's smart to use Miyamoto to see where we're at. Part of me is kind of like, is it really a great idea? It's tough. It's tough for sure. So Jules 9, Rob Reynolds, which each guy is got 1 win. We just haven't updated it. So everybody in this matchup is 6-4, but obviously the 1 draw for Jules 9, but he gets his win over Rob Reynolds. And again, that match was a 62 and Night of Sin 4, which is still the best we have seen. As far as I don't think we have seen a match that's been close to that in a while. Oh, yeah, as far as, yeah, it was the match of the year last year for us. As, yeah, we can just look at the top 100 too. As, yeah, Michelle Bernard and Nigel Stevenson was night 3, but that was, as far as the 61. Kerry Fry, though, Nigel Stevenson was a 59, and same thing for Scary Terry and Jules Knight, so at least there's been 13 and 14, but nothing in the 20s in a hot minute. Last best thing was Rob Edwards rather, and Jules Knight. But I got a good feeling that Jules and Rob Reynolds will be a banger, and to have that great of a main event is awesome. And Jules Knight's gonna beat him, so it will be a rematch, a year in the making, between Jules Knight and Scary Terry. Will Jules Knight be the one to beat Scary Terry and become the second ever BMF champ, or will Scary Terry beat him yet again and keep his reign going into a Night of Sin 25? Oh yeah, we were gonna use the creative finishes. Let's see, as special extras. Perfect. Okay, because I forgot how to use that because it's been a while. Okay, perfect. See if it'll work because he's losing. Alright, well, it is what it is. Tough break. Tough break there. Co-main event. That's a tough one. It's Rob Edwards and Jacob Jackson's a fun match, but I think we're going to go with Nigel Stevenson and Walter Tagg, which Nigel gonna get the win here, and Nigel Stevenson, my god, Walter Tagg, he of course jumped up to 9 wins after his last performance, but here, losing to Nigel Stevenson, and Nigel might be a guy that might get the first title matchup of the new year the way he's going. He's been on a tear. He has, of course, he just beat Rob Reynolds too, so that's great. Beating Walter Tagg. I think, besides the Jules Knight loss, really, his 2023 was fantastic. He lost to Kerry Fry and Jules, but he's got a chance to potentially right that wrong in 2024, the way that's going. But, yeah, he's been tremendous. Gets the big win over Walter Tagg, who's unhappy about it, but we're going to keep it rolling. And Rob Edwards, Jacob Jackson. Rob Edwards going to get the win, and of course, for Rob, he is actually 5-5-1, or 5-5-2 now, right? After losing to Jules Knight. That's his first losing streak, I want to say, in the company's history. Oh no, he ended out the year on a losing streak last year. So yeah, just once the cold comes, Rob Edwards kind of, is not the same guy. But he gets the win here, so at least he's up to 6 wins now. But he's going to be 6-5-2, whereas Jacob Jackson now will be 2-3 at losing record now, which is kind of crazy. To think that Jacob Jackson has now lost twice, and he's low and happy about that loss. So then we'll have Miyamoto Shigamano, which obviously Miyamoto's going to win, who he is now 3-0 with that win after beating Jacob Jackson and now Shigamano, which I think we can go ahead and add that. Just go ahead and make that 3-0. Perfect. Sometimes we get lucky. We don't have to make a new one. Some of the guys, though, that have been getting a lot of wins as of late, we're just kind of fucked on that. But Shigamano, of course, he had just beaten, or he just lost, rather, to Walter Tagg. So that's going to be 2 straight losses. So he will be at 5-7-1. Out, we have that. Yep, we have 5-6-1, but not 5-7-1. Tough break. Tough break. We'll go ahead and just make it 5-6-1 for now, since it's going into that match. So, at least it's accurate going into the match. There we go. So, our opening contest, Blackwell Bush, Tobias Bastio, which Bastio is going to get the win here. Blackwell Bush will be 3-6-1 with that loss. They never had a match before, but I think Tobias Bastio should fight somebody else. Maybe we'll use Warren Turks. He's also got the similar record. Honestly, Roberto Ayala, he just beat Blackwell Bush, so that would make sense. I think they've had a trilogy already. So it would be, in their 1-1-1, so yeah, it makes sense to go with Roberto Ayala, Tobias Bastille 4, and Tobias Bastille will be getting the win. Roberto Ayala will jump up to 5, or jump down rather, to 5-7-1, while as Tobias Bastille will get his 7th win. And did that get added? It did. Perfect. So we could make it a 6th match and have John Snyder and Goro Hatamoto have a match since they about fought in the back. So we'll go ahead and do that. And I think they've had a match before. Yeah, John Snyder beat him. That was in February when they had that match. I just want to double check and make sure their chemistry isn't bad or anything. Yeah, okay. So I mean, Goro is pretty solid, but I think John Snyder needs this win more than anything. Oh, you know what? Actually, let's do a time limit draw. Let's do a draw. Start off with the guys going 10. There we go. I like it. I like it. 67 minutes, you know, it's a lot. First of all, I think, 9 minutes. Yeah, we'll keep that. Yeah, we'll keep that at 8. I want to bump this down to about 5. To make it a little bit more of like a heavyweight fight. Same thing with Miyamoto. Well, just Miyamoto is really good, so I want to bump that down. We'll take one off of, actually, yeah, we'll just keep it right at 61 minutes. Why not? And we should be good to go. So let's run the show here and see. Yeah, 159 people here at the Piper Casino for night of Sin 25. Tie here for Goro Hanamoto and John Snyder. One draw for each. Their first draw for each participant here. Goro Hanamoto outperformed him. That got the show off to a strong start though, and it was a 52, so can't really. It was much better than their first match. Tobias Bastille beating Roberto Ayala with the guillotine. Chokes out the guillotine master with a guillotine choke of his own. That is a tough pill to swallow. If you're Roberto Ayala, as a Miyamoto, getting with a Miyamoto special. Yeah, I mean, just for his price tag, it just isn't worth it. Gets the win at 438 though, and what a win. Unfortunate that Sugar Amano is going to lose to somebody that might not be around anymore, who's now up to 3-0, but huge win nonetheless. And a 35 for Rob Edwards and Jacob Jackson, as Rob Edwards gets the win, and he will, of course, jump up to 6 wins. Rob Edwards, though, outperformed him, gets the big win. Poor Jacob Jackson. And not really a great matchup, too. Only a 35 on the segment rating, but a 52 for our co-main and Nigel Stevenson. The hyperextension arm lock. Big win. Walter Tag was great with a 52. Nigel Stevenson was really off his game, so it could have been even better. But I will gladly take that co-main event. Nigel Stevenson is set up perfectly to be the next title contender. And Jules Knight does, in fact, beat Rob Reynolds here. And yeah, unfortunate, Rob Reynolds was off his game. Don't think it was going to, again, top their first encounter, but a hell of a matchup nonetheless. Just everybody's upset, and that just is hurting everybody. Oh, wow, physical condition of Rob Reynolds. That's interesting. Was he hurt or something? I wonder. Or is that now like when you're declining physically? Is that now the new lingo that they use? That might be it. Can't believe the opener did as well as it did, actually. I mean, it tied the best thing on the card. Goro did really good. Goro was pretty great. Well, yeah, I mean, this was... I'm going to put over Goro. Crazy that they weren't even booked, and he now gets some praise. He was really good tonight. And, yeah, I mean, Jules Knight did well. Tobias did well. Yeah, we'll put over Tobias. I'm trying to, like, just kind of spread the love around to help everybody out. But yeah, we back to losing $1,000. I figure we would. Mainly because one guy made $200. Probably, and then some with how much we paid him to, as far as to fly out. Probably not great. We about made $800 off ticket sales alone. So that just basically covered the show cost. And then some. Yeah, that contract's crazy. Oh, we did! We hit it! We're at 17. Hell yeah. So, yeah, I mean, that's going to be fun. So, we're going to start off the next episode with the roll to see where we're at. If we get a good one or not, man, I'm hoping we do. Because now we're small. Or now tiny, rather, not small. We're tiny. And we are now on the path to small, which, again, 35. Ways to go. I'm feeling good, though. I don't think we could obviously get like a TV deal or anything. It would be nice if we could, but I doubt it. I guess we could look real quick before we send it off, just in case. Yeah, we'll negotiate. Yeah, I figured so. Small is a little too small. Or tiny is a little too small for that. But we're on the rise. It might not look like it because we're probably going to lose money this month because of this contract. I mean, Miyamoto, it's tough. $210 plus travel being a part of it too. Yeah, it's because I mean I thought it was gonna be a lot better too than I anticipated. It just isn't it. I don't know if it's because he's annoyed or whatnot. Because I think his first match with us, which of course was the Kumite, I believe. Yeah, it was a 53. So yeah, he's definitely gotten just kind of a little bit worse over time, and that's probably just morale, if anything. Yeah, because he did well against Jacob Jackson too, even though he lost. Another Warren Turksbury match was a 53. Yeah, that's when he dropped out of the 50s by the time we got to October, so just unfortunate. Unfortunate. So yeah, we'll see how we end the month off with as far as money wise, if we're gonna bring back Miyamoto or not. Because I mean, we could wait until we obviously get better to be able to use them a lot more. We don't have to necessarily release him. We can just send him away for like 6 months at a time. Because it's not like we're paying him, I don't think, for just being on the roster. We only pay him when he's booked. So that might be an idea. But yeah, that's the plan. We'll roll. We'll see how the show runs. We'll see how the main event title matchup between Jules Knight and Terry Roundtree will go. And then after we run the show, we'll take another roll for the new year. And we'll see, or maybe we'll just wait. Yeah, we'll probably just wait actually till that next episode, the following episode, to roll again for the new year. As we'll catch you guys there for Night of Sin 26. Take care, everyone.